Hey everyone, I hope everybody's doing well today. I'm going to go ahead and do a reading on the karmic today. But if anybody's interested in a personal reading, all the information is in the description box. So if you want to look into your personal situation, just take a look into the description, and there's a few options there that you can look into. So anyways, this reading is going to be on the karmic. Basically, I want to take a look at how the karmic feels about the connection between divine masculine and divine feminine. What are some of her feelings, concerns, fears, things that that vex the karmic, things that energies that the karmic may be feeling that we don't always know about. So we're going to go ahead and take a look into that. This is more so for karmics who do know about the divine feminine. So if your situation is not if you're in a three-party situation and the karmic doesn't know about you, this may not resonate. So I want to go ahead and put that out there. This is more so for the karmics who do know about the third party, being you. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what some of the energies are that the karmic is feeling in regards to the connection with divine masculine and divine feminine. Let's see. I'm going to pull a few tarot first. Let's see. Spirit, how does the karmic feel about the connection with divine masculine and divine feminine? How does the karmic feel? Wow, okay. So right off the bat, the karmic is very burdened when the karmic thinks about the connection between divine masculine and divine femme. It burdens her, okay? It's a burden to her. So the reason why, the karmic is burdened is because I feel like the karmic feels like when it comes to divine masculine, I feel like the karmic feels like divine masculine is very balanced. I feel like one of the things that really vexes the karmic is the fact that that divine feminine really balances the divine masculine. Also worried, part of the burden is that the karmic is worried that the divine masculine will renew something with divine femme, because temperance is about balance. It's about rebirth, and this is why the karmic is burdened, because worried that he will take action. Okay, he will take action because the divine femme balances, makes him feel balanced, makes him feel at peace, and and she's worried that he will want to renew and rebirth something with divine femme. Okay, so because of it, she really tries to hold on tight. All right, she tries to hold on really tight to divine masculine in fear of him taking action on this renewal, okay, on this rebirth with divine feminine. So she's very guarded. All right. She's very guarded because she understands that there is a divine connection between divine masculine and divine feminine. All right. So she's very guarded. All right. She's very guarded by this. All right. Again, she's burdened and she's concerned that he'll take this action, and and try to build something with divine femme. Okay, so she stays guarded. She's burdened and she's guarded, and she does all that she can to really hold on to divine masculine, because again, she understands that there is, this divine connection between them. And she's just worried that he's going to take action, and, rebirth the connection. All right. Rebirth this connection. Okay. So she's very burdened and she's very guarded, and she holds on tight. Okay. So let's see what else. What else, Spirit? What else? So I don't feel like, the karmic is very obedient, okay? Has issues with self-worth, okay? Not obedient and doesn't have self-worth because, again, the karmic is very burdened, all right? So, you know, not very obedient. And when I say not obedient, this really has to do with this Four of Pentacles, trying to hold on as tight as she can, so, not obedient, all right, not obedient, and, really struggling with self-worth, because she understands that there's a divine connection, all right, and so out of disobedience, she tries to hold on, whether it be through, using, finances, or using children, or using, magic, whatever the case. But the karmic is not obedient, and and the reason why is because the karmic does not have self-worth. does not have the self-worth within herself in order to in order to give up the relationship, rather just to continue to hold on. All right. It makes her feel very complicated. It's a very complicated situation. Three-party situations are very complicated. So, it's a complicated situation that really affects the self-worth and really keeps, the karmic from, just having any kind of obedience, and just tries to, again, hold on in any way that they can. So let's see what else. Let's see what else. So, along with not, having that obedience and holding on, the karmic will tend to have, the parasite. All right. The parasite of the karmic tends to come through. All right. Her parasite self shines through or comes through because, again, she doesn't have any obedience and she doesn't have any self-worth. Okay. So in order to hold on very tightly, like I said, the karmic then becomes a parasite. What else, Spirit? What else? So we have gilded regret. So, I'm sure there's times where, the karmic, has this, regret, of being in this situation, however, is not willing to let it go. Okay. It's a complicated situation. And, and I feel like the parasite in the karmic just really takes over. And, and even when there is this regret, it's just, overpowered by, the dark side of the karmic, okay? Because the karmic doesn't have any self-worth, okay? Doesn't have any obedience, and, can be a parasite, I feel like the regret really comes from, why did I ever get involved, with this person? However, they've already, built a life together. They've been together for a while. And so there's really not a whole lot that the karmic can do. So even when there is this, regret, it's like it's overpowered by, the parasite of the karmic. And we have triumph of lies. So again, along with this parasite, it's like, again, obedience. The karmic doesn't have any obedience, doesn't have any self-worth. And then, just conjures up all these lies, which, really makes them this parasite, again, it's a complicated situation. And so, um, you know, they, these lies could be to themselves as well, lying to their self, trying to convince themselves that, they can make this work. They can, they can become this parasite and lie to the divine masculine, lie to themselves in order to just continue on with this situation, even though they really should walk away. But they just don't know how, okay? They just don't know how. And even in times of burden, it is a burden on the karmic, okay? Because the Ten of Wands came up. It is a burden, but you know the parasite in the karmic just cannot. It's almost like it cannot allow the karmic to lose. All right, it won't allow the karmic to lose. So it's almost like they have to win at all costs, no matter what. Okay, but lies, lying to themselves, lying to the divine masculine, telling whatever kind of lies they have to in order to keep the divine masculine with them. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and pull from here and see what else. So see, the karmic, has a lot of sadness, okay? And that goes along with the lack of self-worth, the karmic is sad, the karmic is sad, and it's that sadness that brings out the ugly in the karmic and turns them into this parasite, and turns them into this into this liar. What else, Spirit? What else? So we do have dreams. I'm not sure what this dreams is about. Let me see. Let me pull clarifier for this. For this dreams. What's the dreams about? What's this dreams about? So self-love. So I feel like the karmic, does, try to has dreams, has dreams of having some type of self-love for themselves. However, they don't act on it, okay? They don't act on it because I feel, again, the negative energies just kind of overpower them, okay? But, I am seeing that, at times, and that's probably why we also have, the gilded regret. I feel like, at times, the karmic does actually have regrets about being this, this parasite and being this liar and, holding on to something that they should really be letting go of. And they have dreams of, having, self-love is just that they don't know how to, they don't know how to move forward with this. They don't know how to actually move forward with the dreams of having the self-love for themselves. Let me pull another card and see why can't the karmic just focus on these dreams of self-love and move on? What's the problem? What's holding? Okay, well, that makes sense. So the reason why the karmic, cannot move forward with these dreams of self-love is because they have a hole in their heart. Okay. Hole, it's hole in the soul. Okay, is what this card says. Hole in the soul. This card talks about people who, had so many issues in their childhood that they grew up. In fact, let me get the book on it real quick because I like what this card says. Let's see, 36. All right. Hole in the soul. Your childhood wounds are creating a hole in your soul. One way your childhood wounds disrupt an extraordinary life is through low-grade depression experienced as a perpetual empty feeling. If as a child you tried to make everything all right by picking up the pieces of your family dramas, then you adopted a false self. When you lose your authentic self, you disconnect from your true feelings, needs, and desires. Instead, you wear a mask in order to make others feel comfortable. Being detached leads to profound loneliness and isolation as you are always mourning for true self. This card talks about, to discover your true self through learning about your childhood and mourning and abandonment and neglect that you felt. So again, most of these karmics, the reason why they continue to hold on to a situation, become, this parasite, and, they triumph out of their lies, and is because they have such childhood wounds that from an early age they had an empty soul. Okay, hole in the soul is what this is saying. They were not able to fulfill their hearts and fulfill their soul, and this is the reason why they're not able to move forward with the dreams of self-love, is because they're missing something. Okay, they're missing something. So they stay in a situation that they know is not really good for them, because they have issues with self-worth, okay, which we clearly have. Their childhood wounds really corrupted their own self-worth, okay. So now they've basically made a life of ignoring the importance of being obedient, and the importance of self-love, and the importance of filling the gap of the hole that they've been carrying around for so long. Okay, so this is why they continue to just be sad and depressed and cannot move forward. And when they're sad and depressed, they become angry, and that's where they become this parasite. Okay, they become this parasite, and will not lose. They refuse to lose, and they will hold on to something at all cost in order to not lose. So this is an inner struggle within them, and within themselves. Okay, and they triumph out of lies. They triumph out of lies. They they lie to themselves, like I said, and they lie to the masculine, in order to try to keep him there. And that's not to say that they don't have regrets at times. They do. They do have regrets at times. But, unfortunately, these, childhood wounds and this depression and this sadness just turns them into a parasite, and they're just not able to move forward, and they're not able to find the obedience and the self-love within themselves in order to move on. Okay, so let's see, let's pull a few more cards here. What else, Spirit? What else? See, they're very guarded. They're very guarded within themselves. And they don't take the action that they need in order to move on. They've been misguided all their lives. From childhood they have been misguided. Okay, so they guard themselves, and they guard themselves through negative energies. Okay, becoming a parasite. Becoming, for the ones who do magic. They it's a defense mechanism. They keep themselves guarded by doing these bad things. The non-action is not being able to move forward when they really should be moving forward. Because they do know that there is somebody else in the picture. They know that divine masculine is wanting to collaborate with somebody who who he has a divine connection with. And that's guarded is coming out twice. So the karmic is guarded, guards themselves, but they do it in a very negative way. They do it in a negative way in order to keep themselves from from losing. And really what they need is they need to try to find this self-love for themselves. They're just rejecting it. They're rejecting it because they don't have self-worth, and they don't have any obedience. So in regards to the actual connection, how does the karmic see divine masculine? How does she see divine masculine's feelings for divine femme? How does she see his feelings for, in her mind, how does she see his feelings for divine femme? That's too many cards. Sorry. Let's do this again. Wow. So, wow, not surprised to see this. So, wow. So again, and we talked about it here, you know, she's afraid that divine masculine will take action towards divine femme. And it's showing up here. Okay. Decisive action. Yeah, she's worried that he will take action on divine femme. Okay. That he will put a death to their relationship. Okay. That he will put a death to their relationship and take action towards divine femme. Okay. And have, you know, this Ace of Wands. You know, Ace of Wands is about a new passionate beginning. Here it says a spark. You know, she knows that divine masculine has this spark for divine femme, and has this you know, divine connection with her, you know, and so she's very, very worried that he will end things with her and, you know, take action, you know, towards divine feminine. All right. So what does she do? Well, she goes into parasite mode, and, you know, she stays obsessed, you know, the devil. And, you know, and here we have deception and strategy. So she creates these strategies because she's obsessed. You know, she's obsessed, but I feel like she's obsessed with losing more than anything else. Okay, she's obsessed with losing more than anything else, and that is the reason why you know, that's the reason why she becomes, you know, this parasite. You know, she doesn't have any obedience. You know, she's been misguided her whole life. Okay, she has this hole in her soul. You know, she has sadness, and she has this hole in her soul. So again, all she can really do is, you know, be guarded, you know, is all she can do is guard herself, all right, from being hurt, all right. And so she strategizes, you know, by lies, and we've seen, you know, deception. You know, we've seen that here. You know, she triumphs over lies. Okay, so she you know, strategizes through deception. Okay, strategizes through deception because she's obsessed. All right, she's obsessed. She doesn't want things to end, so she strategizes in order to keep the divine masculine close to her. So, you know, but the thing is that she knows, she understands that he does have this divine connection, and, you know, and she's very worried that he's gonna, you know, take action towards divine femme. And so, you know, that's why she strategizes and stays obsessed in this connection, because quite frankly, she does have this hole in her soul, and she does not know how to repair that. Okay, she does not know how to repair that. So she strategizes, you know, you know, through deception, you know, through lies, and, you know, she stays obsessed. in order to keep him, you know, from putting a death to their relationship. So, you know, unfortunately, you know, this is how she feels, you know. So, you know, hopefully, you know, hopefully she can find, you know, some peace, and, you know, hopefully she can find the healing that she needs in order to move on, you know. But this is what I have for you. So, you know, again, if anybody's interested in a personal reading, all the information is in the description box. And if you have questions, I have answers. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.